Hello everyone, Mrs. Gigi here. I will hold it like this. It's a little bit of a glare, but welcome. And this is what we are going to work with today. The thing is, I tried to do a little bit of cleanup, and I found this. And yes, this is not the only thing though, but we will work with this. I would say this is my patience practice in a way. I managed to kind of find it really relaxing in the beginning when I started this type of thing, which is diamond painting. It was tricky. It was really, really tricky. But it is, for this one, it's a nice picture, so I know it will take a bit of time, but I will definitely finish it up. I've done several of these type things before, and I have started this one, but let's continue. So, hello Berry, welcome. Let's see. How was your patience, Berry? I'm really thinking about it to a degree today. Been doing my, I would say, usual Saturday things, going to the gym, doing a bit of workout and running. Hello, Melvin, welcome. Fun, yes, I'm going to have a lot of fun. I've had a relaxing morning with going to the gym, doing my thing, and now when I found this, I don't know if you can see it, it's a whole, sorry for the glare, but that's just for the plasticky thing, but it's a Leo female. That's what it is. So it might be a little bit of a thing to watch, but I felt I needed to. And then of course I have been thinking quite a bit, and when doing that I hear my friend Laura's voice, and she always says glue and don't think. So that's what I'm doing. That's how I will be gluing and don't think. Hello Danny, welcome. A wonderful day is hopefully what we all have, isn't it? So this might be the thing that comes to mind when really practicing the patience. And as you can see, this is a dual thing. You can have loads of drills up here, and then just one by one. I tend to go one by one just because I need, in a sense, to breathe and relax and not really think too much about what I'm doing. So that's what this is. Several hours of this might not be the thing, but just a little bit. Going back and forth is actually the best thing though. Doing it like this, to me at this point, is really relaxing. If you asked me like 5 years back, this wouldn't even be a thing. I would be really stressed out by just looking at this whole thing, with these small little drills, as they are, these little tiny pearls. And you have like, I don't even know, like thousands of them in small little bags. like this, divided up into numbers and letters. It's just going number by number or letter by letter and trying to do this whole thing. Like, what's going on with the, see if that works better with the wax here. So I hope that you had a wonderful start to your Saturday or maybe even Friday evening for some still around the globe. I'm just going to fill these upper parts of the blue in and then going into the gluing. The I wouldn't say pour out glue, but you know, we will definitely do some collage stuff. I found a magazine and quite a bit of nice pictures, so we will probably go through those and looking into creating a thing or two. I used to do a collage challenge to myself, pick 5 it is. Pick 5 totally random pages and only those and create with. So but today I feel like I need to do something else. It would definitely be gluing, but I need to plan it out a little bit more, which is kind of unusual to me because I am not really, I would say work-wise unstructured when it comes to my everyday life and family-wise. Just looking into this room, you haven't done, I don't know, have I? No, I haven't really filmed the video from the craft room for quite some time. But the craft room kind of explains everything out in the sitting area and the common areas of the family. It's totally clean. Here in my craft room, it's a mess. Hello everyone coming in. Thank you so much for watching. So where do we have them? There are several of the blue things over here, and there is one lonely one in the middle there. So one might say this is my way of, I don't know, maybe thinking about things, going through things in my mind, and I sometimes need that quite a bit. But it's definitely been a learning curve. And I don't really know what you think watching this, because it can be quite boring and I totally understand it if it is. But I felt, why not just go live doing this rather than just sitting here doing this by myself. So Saturdays or weekends for me usually is the boring things, the adulting boring things as I tend to see them, the cleaning up, the laundry things, the making dinner for the family, like, you know, all of them, like breakfast, lunch, dinner type thing. Those are just the things that you need to do. But I would rather do something else. Snowed overnight. I don't know if I mentioned, yeah, I think I mentioned it Wednesday about the snow situation. We had like minus 22, 23, and I am really glad to say it's melting. If it's like nice, wonderful, like maybe minus 20 sun, I love snow, but the melting part, I would rather be without. So yeah, let's hope that, or I know it's only like, for me it's only January, and usually wintertime is long here, so it won't be ending. It might just take a little bit of a twist and then come back, usually within a week or two. But I hope that it will be nicer weather in between. So we actually had that today with being outside. I didn't take Teddy outside today or with me during my running, but it was really nice to just do it by myself. Imagining this finished. I don't know. Is it visible? No, it's not really. We will have to look further into that, because usually I do like a part, but for this, I don't know why, but for some reason I had this prepared like this, and I felt like I needed to like use up these blue drills before I go into something else. And imagining all of these being all around the floor, it's happened to me, believe me. I've had several times actually had drills all over the floor. 1 degrees, let's see, 33 Fahrenheit. I'm going to leave out the, what we usually have, because I live so close to the coast, is a lot of wind. So even though it might only be like minus 10, it feels like 15 or more because of the wind. So, and then of course last week when we had minus 22, 23, that was cold. That was really cold with the wind. So doing this in preparation for the night. I don't know, for the evening. I have a family thing coming up, and yep, this is my way of dealing with it, maybe. So let's see, we have these over here, and let's just have it like that, because I will definitely not do all of the blue. It takes way too much time doing it together with all of you, even though I in a way would like to, but we'll have to just do something more fun. So now thinking, I need, what do I need? I need to go through the paper or the magazine that we are going to use, but it would be fun if any one of you in chat would pick 5 random numbers. Let's see, you can think about it for a little bit, between, let's say, looking into, between 10 and 150. So just going into looking in the magazine in a little bit and see what we get out of those. Or otherwise I will just pick beautiful pages. I'm actually going to look into gluing in the magazine. Usually I don't do that, but I kind of peeked through and saw some beautiful backgrounds that would be really nice to be able to use. Going in with the last ones here, it wouldn't really take too much. Just using these up, I would say that's what we are doing. I'm not gonna say too much about the magazine. It's a sports magazine with a lot of sports and nature related pictures. So that is what we are going to use. The beauty of having magazines is that you can maybe have too many of them. I know that in the USA they used to have a recycling bag that you could order magazines for free. I do think that they have closed that thing down, but I know for those of you that want to have the opportunity to use free magazines, you can always go to like the library. Here we have like once a year the library does a little bit of a clean up with the magazines, so you get a whole bunch totally free. And with the whole bunch, I took like a bag, a really heavy bag. And with arting you don't really need more than one page, I would say. So the magazines last for quite a bit of time. So this one is coming along quite nice. Yeah. But you see again all of this, all of the green. It is dark green on the edges here. And I definitely don't want to, you know, I'm not going to bore you with doing that. That will be offline. And then of course I will show you the end result. I always tend to do that. Let's see this last little one, like that. So we have started out with the eye and the nose area here. I have actually done quite a bit over here, down here, and the whole bit here. But we will go back to this one at a later date, and somewhere along the lines of springtime it will be finished. Because, you know, I could have it for hours just sitting here doing this, but no, it's something that I have to do in stages, definitely. So let's put her back where she belongs and look through this one. It's a thick magazine and there are quite a lot of pictures in this that I want to use. Looking through, and I know one specific one that I definitely want to use. Let's see. Where did I see that one? Where are you? It was a specific bird. Oh, I believe so, Barry, that it is going to be really, really beautiful. I've done a big lion in the past. I've done birds and butterflies and things like that. It's, but this one with with that, you know, with the diamond paintings, they take quite a bit of time, and of course you can do it in stages and makes the whole process a little bit easier to watch. And let's see, where did I see that bird? I know you were here somewhere. Let's go. Oh, here are the animals. They might be over here. That is quite a nice picture. Hello, Derek. Welcome, welcome. Here it is. Look at it. And this one is a beauty too. But this specific one, we definitely need to use that picture. So that will be put away for now. We do need, and I'm thinking here, I saw something else that I want to use. There was this. Let's use this one. And then I love this picture. I don't know how I would be able to do anything with it at the moment, but I will definitely save it up like a whole, like doing a signature type thing with that. I might actually go, I do love this mountain. Let's see if we can tear it up like that to save the edge there for that one. Let's see if we can use that for. And these type pictures are really nice to be able to collage onto. This is an area in Sweden, the harbor, like yeah, it's a beautiful. I see now, I have a friend living up there in Fjällbacka that I used to work with. What more? Of course, that will definitely represent me, but not going with that today. Let's just do this. Tear it apart again because it makes it easier. Don't mess up with the. Oh, that one was quite nice. The text there. Let's go with this. I'm more into random creating things than planning, really. Or I used to plan a lot, but I mean, let's see, one more maybe. Oh, that's that one. do we need these two people in the collage? Maybe we do. Maybe we do. This is fun too, being outside bicycling. That's like a little off-road. That's really nice. Let's take a picture, take a page over, I don't know, let's see this one. So I have that mountain thingy, I have the owl, the mountain here. Are we going to combine those? No, not at all today. So hello Dana, welcome. Let's see, we are going to use that when I'm going to leave the upper parts here. They are just white, and of course the page of the page number, but I'm gonna leave that out and do a little bit of cutting. Do I want to save? No, I'm gonna cut him out, the owl. All the way around. Could actually ink around him too, but I feel I won't really go there. Could maybe add in something else. So for some reason all my life I've felt like owls are my animal. So yep, when I saw it I felt I needed to use it. We have this needs to be used too. I will, I will just cut it down like that, put the other thing aside. So for those of you that know Laura, she always say glue but not think. In this case I am thinking a little bit, but to me it's yeah, maybe needed. Let's see, just put in the, what are we going to use? Maybe the picture, is that what it is? And the little birdie there. So he will be part of the little collage somewhere hidden. I tend to love both paintings and collage and things that have many things going on. Many things going on in the sense that you can look at it for hours, I would say, and still see something new, something else. And yeah. Hello, Kevin. That was quite a long time. Thank you for stopping by. Always nice to have old friends back in chat. Let's see, this tiny little, I don't want to cut the leg off. We have him here. He's not even really visible on camera, is he? This tiny little beak. Tiny. Yeah. I won't do no more for that because I will literally just, I cannot leave the upper part there, it's too white. Yet again, I don't want to cut his beak off. Getting all quiet and focusing, that's what it is. And there is a tiny little bit of a thing here. Kind of making it a little bit better, even though it's not really visible to you. So these, we're going to have the smaller pair of scissors. I don't know about you, I have a lot of scissors, smaller ones like these, and bigger ones for both paper and fabric, but I tend to go with these tiny ones. They are like precision pair of scissors. I don't know, I have a lot of them. I think at one point they had them dollar store. So that was quite nice to be able to find them in, you know, dollar store. Like I think they were $1.25, I would say. And the quality, yeah, I definitely like it a lot. Sometimes, you know, like the other day when I went through my friend's things and found this pair of scissors, I have no clue. This is, like, as I can see it, a child's pair of scissors with a blunt edge, you know, blunt. It's all, yeah, it's one of those that you don't really use too well in these kinds of things. And I do feel in order to have these pictures, these smaller ones, in this bigger one, we will have to back them up with something. So let's look into that. Are we going with you over here? The tiny little bird though, where are you going? Are we going to back? We're going blue or white or maybe black. Black might be the way. Let's see. Or maybe let's. I'm actually going to try out the dark blue. We had that the other day, so I have it right here. Is that going to be nice? Yes, I think so. We'll see. So, glue it is. Making it easy up on myself to just use the corner here for the first one. So what can you do with these? And then these ones. that might be, yeah, we can use, it's not as straight anymore, because with me cutting, you never know. Let's use the upper part here. Making it a tiny bit straighter there in the edge. And then this little one, using as much of the paper that I have. I don't know, is that a thing? Using up to the point where you don't really need to throw too much. Let's like that. I would actually just go straight like that and then throw that one in the bin. So we are going to do something along these lines. Are we going to, let's see, are we going to outline it in white? The process of finding a white pen, that's always a little bit of a struggle bus. Where do I have it? The pen that we need. I do have several white ones, but I don't know. Where are you? This might, let's think. 0.9, that's too thick. That's way too thick. It might be that I've thrown it away. Might be. I've tried out so many white pens and I don't like it at all. I don't like them. I've never found one that I like. Of course, the Poscas, those are way too, I think I've thrown it away or put it in a safe spot. Is it that I've put it away somewhere? You know, the safe spot, I don't know if you are like that, but I tend to put things where I would love to find it again, but I don't. Let's see, this one though, I don't really see it. Let's go into the Faber-Castell. It's a nicer white pen than this one that I found. Let's try it out. Just put a little bit of white around. Like this. I think it's kind of visible to you. Might be that I put a picture up on my Instagram so that you can see like a close-up in the end. That's just the tiniest bit of change there. So being outside today, the nature outside inspires me quite a bit. and this might be the reason why I feel like I needed to create this. Let's see, I don't want to spoil the one there. We have the couple. Do we need the couple? I don't know. Oh, sorry. This is an island. Rese. Year round. And I don't necessarily know what's on the other side. Maybe some of the words here. Beautiful, coastal, close to the coastal islands, and the waves. Apparently they have, they have the guest harbor and things up there. I don't know. Maybe we will definitely look into the words more. This thing though, we will have to incorporate in the collage somehow. Release, that's easy. And then we will have to figure out the other ones. Let's cut the P like that. Cut them out. Kiss cutting them out would be a thing, but I'm not. Going really close to the letters. So release power. That's a big thing. It is. Maybe that is what we all need to do. Some, on a regular basis, maybe. So this is the W. Let's it's just the placement here. The O needs to be. Let's figure it out. What's the head there for the ad? Cutting around specific things. That's at least I have something, like cutting circles. I've learned throughout the years. At least if you do it freehand, it's tricky. It is really tricky. Let's see if we can kind of cover the missing part there somehow. Going in again with the P. How in the world are we going? I'm thinking now I want to incorporate the couple there somehow. But I will have to look into that. to do. I don't necessarily like this neon you know, color, but it kind of goes well with the colors like the blue. Let's see, we're going to cut down the E there a tiny bit just to do a little twist with the leaving whatever that one was. It a, yeah, that was a part of the shoe. So crafting, all day crafting, doing things. Usually, like I told you, my Saturdays are kind of planned in the sense. And for me, I would say me time is always the first thing in the morning, or early, like around 10 or so. I'm usually going outside doing some sort of exercising, like today. The R, we had a little twist there with that one too. So for most of my American friends, I see that it's morning time for you, meaning have you like even got out of bed, which is totally fine if you just want to be in bed doing nothing. Could be like a thing too, actually, just scrolling, watching YouTube. So we need to cut that one down. And then how are we going to incorporate these letters into the picture that I want to create? Let's cut that R out a tiny bit more. So I do want to have it like that, and the power, I was considering just hiding it somehow, but yet again, let's see. I feel like I want to have it like that somehow, but then we have to figure out, are we just going to hide? I could do something like that, the little birdie there. He did come in handy, you know, he is there, down there. Are we going to cut those out? I think we are. I'm going to do that with a smaller pair of scissors, and like you see here, I cut it through like that, and usually you don't really see too much of the little slit there with gluing it down. In the end, makes it easier. You could go, for most of us, the old-fashioned way would be just to poke a hole in the middle and cut it, you know, inside. But you know, having it like this open makes it way easier to cut out when it's smaller like this. I need to just do a little more. And then do the same thing with this. Going all the way up around. And in here. Let's see how much. I just want to, I think we need to save that tiny little part just in case. Like that. And now let's just look into the couple there and maybe some words. Just words are really nice. And there are, of course, in this magazine, Swedish words. And that one, for instance, I don't know if it is there. It's beautiful in Swedish. It's vackra. Live close to the waves. Bo nära vågorna. And let's see if we can find something. A totally different experience when it comes to the summer kitchen and all the restaurants, apparently. They're talking about crayfish, or skaldjur in Swedish, and bakeries and cafes. I don't really I'm thinking the coastal nature, the surrounding, I don't know, experience, upplevelser. Yeah, that might be it. Let's cut it out. Just the beautiful experience. Just because we need something. Did we have it down here? So cutting that one. And let's see, where did that one go? And that one. Beautiful experience, vackra upplevelser, and the nature is definitely filled with beautiful experiences. So let's glue this one down. Sometimes when doing big collages I tend to put like take a photo, but for this one I won't. Just glue, a lot of glue, and I'll have this one just sitting around for a little bit. Let's take it like that and further up. It's definitely further up. Twist a little bit again. Let's see. I don't want to cover too much like that. And I'm not sure I want to do I think I want to have these one flip a little bit, or I'm just not really 100% secure to the page. Yeah. Let's glue you down, little birdie. somewhere there. I'm not gonna put him there. I want to have it almost centered. Do I? That's this tricky thing, and you don't have too much time, do you? How did I put you? I need you further down because I won't really... Yeah, we'll have that one there. You, the birdie, will be there. And the pictures. I'm thinking somewhat, no, going like that. And of course I could have used the glue mat if I knew where I had it. I know it's somewhere here. I can actually see it from here, but now I've already just started gluing. With the glue mat you kind of save up on the surfaces. Let's just say, are we going like that, there, something along these lines. And then the power thingy. Totally forgot about the P there. We are going to just cut that one out a little bit. And going to glue it in and use the little tiny birdie to our help to just cover up the O. So we have the P, we have the O, W, and the R. Like that. The little birdie, we don't want to have him. Yeah, we'll put him down here just to cover it up a little bit. And let's see, do the easy parts first. The release. That's this. Of course it's not straight. We'll have to figure that one out. Let's yeah. The millimeters. Like that. And then going with this one, the letters here, to kind of put a little bit of a twist. I actually like that the power is really bright green on this specific thing. So something totally different than a journal making today, but that's how it is. I will definitely glue the little birdie in, because otherwise I will totally forget about him, or he will just be thrown in the bin. Rewatch the thing. Oh, you get up. Thank you so much, Nanny. Hello, Chris. Welcome, welcome. Right at the, I wouldn't say end, but I've been looking like that. Figuring all of these things out. The power. another version of creating today. I can see outside it's already getting dark, but I actually had a nice morning. I would say I would probably go outside with Teddy in a little bit. Let's see, we'll just change out the glue sticks. And for my fellow crafters out there, I tend to just use a palette knife like this to like have the all of the glue, because usually it is, I would say, maybe half an inch in glue in here that is not really per se usable, because you can't take it out other than with some sort of tool. So we will not do that today, but I will use another pair of glue sticks like this. So we have it here from a magazine. We took however many pages was there, 5 pages, and created this. It only takes a couple of things to create something. Oh, and all glue here. We need these words. Beautiful experiences. It says, where are we going to put you? Beautiful, or in Swedish, vackra. And experiences. Upplevelser. Who am I? Not putting enough glue. And this, I know this is a really cheap glue. Whatever you do, don't buy it. It's I know it's like a local glue here, so if you're not Swedish, you won't really be able to buy it. I'm like not recommending this, definitely not. That's what I have at the moment, so we use that. Release power. A couple of, you know, like pictures, and apparently we needed that little bird down there. I am, let's think about it. I'm going to cut, not saying this would be straight at all, usually not, but I don't want to have the page number. I could do better than that. I could definitely do better than that. A little bit, you know, straighter than it was. Release power. Beautiful experiences. So yeah, the owl. I love owls. That's why I had this. The thermometer. I'm not sure. It just felt right. It was a nice one too. So we could go with that. Let's see. Are we going with another one maybe? Because there were so many beautiful pictures in the magazine. So let's look into one more. Let's see. Of course, there are those mountains. I will have to save that one for another thing. Waterfall. for those of you wondering, this is the southern part of Sweden, and that's the second largest city in Sweden, Gothenburg. That's kind of close where I am. And let's see, that was not a nice. This could be nice. Let's see. There were quite a lot of nice backgrounds to use in this magazine, and let's look into maybe the one with the purplish orangey colors. This is beautiful. I feel like, yeah, that might be the one. So we will use this as a background, but what on earth are we going to put on it? Oh, bakeries, coffee, no. Ice cream, ice, vanilla, I don't know, no. That's coffee. And one hamburger. No, it doesn't really go with the feel, does it? This is a beautiful little creature. And these two. Let's see if we find something else. Or is it that we just have to leave the background for later on and find something somewhere else? That's a nice, nice one too. Let's see, is that? I'm thinking that might actually. Let's see, I need to write a little or read. I am actually, yeah, I'm quite sure that this is where, like 10 minutes or like 15 minutes from where I live. I think so. Skiing. Are we going to combine those? So have you ever skied like the Vasa ski competition thing once a year? In the long run, it says here, or best, I don't know, like the Swedish translation is I långa loppet. I will definitely save up on those words. So this magazines and all the pictures are from around where I live. We are going with the shoe. Going to tear it out like that. I need to kind of use these, the Carnival Summer will definitely be used. Just tearing it out again. maybe I'll use her. Or maybe this one, the drum there represents it a little. Oh, I'm not sure. There are so many beautiful places. That picture, that is one that I really like. Let's tear it apart again, this one, just to make it easier. For some reason, I don't know why and how I'm gonna operate these, the bubbles. Let's see if we can take those out and use them somehow. And then there were not really too much of anything there. Let's look into this part. I really need to look into words and things too. The coffee again. Might be the coffee beans that I need. And then these are just blue. We don't really need those. We don't need her. The running shoes again. Could go with those. The smaller ones. Wonder if I should take the running couple there or her. Let's see. Yep, we will. I feel like I want to incorporate this little guy too, so let's do that. Am I going to fuss cut him out, or because he's we'll just do it like that. Going all the way around again. So another little, let's see what they say about this one. Doesn't really say. But I'm amazed. Is this from like here? Now trying to think about the. I need to look into the translation of this. The English. The English word. Do we have those down here? Or I don't know. I don't know if it is the appropriate um, translation, but it says the lynx cat or wild cat, and as far as I know, we don't have it this this one down here in the southern parts of, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's look into it. We have a lot of owls, I know that, and you know, other like elks and things, but when it comes to these, I'm not 100% sure. Not in like wild state, this south of like middle Sweden, I would say. They apparently say here that there are no, no, that's true. I'm actually reading here, and it says he, as in the photographer here, has taken this picture, but it was up in northern parts of Sweden, so that's why I kind of felt like that it must be up in north. So we are going to use her and do a little bit of a thing here too. We're going to cover up or do something with, let's see, like that. The running shoes. We need to figure out this. This could be kind of tricky. And let's see, going further down here first. All the way down. To cut out every individual bubble would be preferable, but no, that won't be a thing. Could draw some bubbles too, but today I feel like I want to glue. So going really slow to be able to see, because the bubbles are tiny. Like this. And what are we going to do with them? I felt they looked cool, and I definitely feel like in this specific collage we need to use them somehow. And yet again, are we going to back both of the pictures here, both the running girl and the lynx cat, or whatever the name was for that one. So it's tricky doing this fuzzy cut of a thing, or detailed fuzzy cut, that is. The trick is to just twist the paper, not the arm or the hand, because it makes the whole ball game way much easier. Much more in details are possible to cut out if you do it like this. And no, I'm not really doing a detailed work on this one, but you know, you can all see there are bubbles there now. Taking that one away. Are we just going like now, thinking like that? Would be kind of cool. Let's see with the placements of this. The shoes definitely needs to be there. And then the words again. Are we going with Swedish words for this one or some English ones? It's always a little bit of a struggle with choosing words. Or any other suggestions maybe? I definitely, I don't know if it is a thing with languages, and I don't really remember where, but the last couple of days, and I've spoken to a lot of you, and with German, the language can be like, it can sound kind of harsh, even though it is not. So to me, like the German language, you know, it is. I don't know. I don't want to say that I don't like it, but to me, it can be kind of harsh in a way. English it's a really natural language to me because I speak it to like much to all my friends. Swedish could be used for certain situations, of course, but not the language that I usually use in collages and things. So usually I go English. I sometimes use Spanish too, but usually English, and that's also for all the viewers so that you understand what it is. Or in this case, like the one that I did today, I explain what it says. And I know that some of you like Swedish as a language, so I tend to. I've actually done a little bit of translations and speaking Swedish in my lives before. If I don't remember totally wrong, there was somebody trying to learn Swedish watching at one point. And that was fun. But languages can be tricky. So we have these. I feel like either we go and kind of cover this one up somehow, or no. Let's look into these. We need the words. So we're going to use this one, Carnival Summer. And I need to be a little bit thinner on the bottom there. And going like that. I feel I need to go back to the dancing lady there in the picture. And we have these. We have the little Lynx cat here. Are we just going with something like that. Let's put you like further up so you can see. And going there. And the running shoes. Could definitely go covering these things up again. All the words down here at the bottom of the page. I don't know about them. Are they visible enough though? Are we just going with a bigger one maybe? No, we will leave that one out. So, adding in the dancing, not too sure. Let's see. I definitely want to back these pictures. So that will be a thing. Let's look into what to use. Color wise, let's see. So definitely not gray. Definitely not. We need to look into another color. Definitely another color. Maybe yellow. Yellow could definitely be, or is that way too bright? Or this? Now let's see. The peach would be nice because that kind of goes with the color theme. Thank you so much, Lond. Let's see. Yep, we will try this one out. Definitely. And maybe that might be a little bit too matchy with the orange. We'll have to try though. Too matchy, I don't know about that. Or maybe, yeah. Oh, the picture in itself, it's also let's see. No, I feel like orange would be because it's orange down here too, so that kind of goes with everything. Let's use this. We'll have the palette knife, and of course I haven't washed it. Who am I? Not prepared. It's texture paste on here too, so it's a little bit of a thing. Like here, seriously, it's getting all hardened up too, so at least I'm trying to do. And the thing is, I don't know, some say that you are meant to like do all of this clean up at once. I am not one of those. I tend to just leave things to a certain degree though. Oh, look at the beauty of that back side. I love this one though, so we will use it. But so we are going all the way down with the glue. Like this. Just going to, yet again, create a little border around. And of course I want to have it straight enough so it is actually resemblant to a picture. And this, do the same thing with this one. Spreading the glue and putting her down here. Who am I? Haven't really looked through cutting it right, have I? Let's see, putting it further down because I want to have a little bit of border on both of the sides and cut them out. And straight down creates the easiness there. Let's see, like that. Putting that aside. Let's see if that's the way to go. I kind of think it is. Like that. And let's see here. We will have to kind of find her, don't we? The dancing lady, but she was, I don't know. We got, yeah, I think I'm gonna save her because this is a picture taken not at all far from where I live. So that is, in this case, it actually has a special meaning. Let's put a little bit of more glue just on the edge. And then let's see, do we really want to have this? Yes, we are going to glue the shoes using the other glue here because that doesn't really make any difference in terms of magazine. But having on paper, I prefer it to be a better glue because it's peeling quite a bit being on paper rather than new like magazine. Let's see, putting that one there and this one there, just because we can. So a little bit of time in the craft room during the weekend is always nice to be able to do. with me going back to school, as some of you know. Well, going back to school, that sounds, but I'm studying again, and which is really nice, but it takes a lot of time too. So for me, it's really nice to be able to just have these hours, because that is what it is, hours of being able to craft. And this glue is not, let's see, yet again, paper. We need another. As you can see, the glue is, I don't even know why I'm buying it. It's really cheap and I don't like it at all. It's an emergency glue, that's what it is. It's definitely one of those, like I need glue, but I have 2 minutes to the store where I get it. Other than that, it's definitely one of those. Because sometimes I do these type collages, sometimes I just need glue to rip the pages and just glue paper. And for the gluing paper part, I don't really need good glue. I just throw it in, and then I throw the thing away when I'm done. Right. We need to go further up there. Maybe covering that one up. Is that what we are going for? Look at it, way better. Better glue. Good glue is a must. But this is the Pritt stick. For those of you in the crafting community, maybe others to know that Pritt glue is really nice, and Uhu glue as well. Uhu glue is preferable to me, but it's expensive. And for some reason, I don't know why, but it was at one point easier to get hold of here in Sweden than now. And I don't know if they have kind of changed it in a bit, but for some reason I can't really get a hold of it. If it you know, to a nice price. So there we have those. Let's see if we can take that one. We'll go with the cheap glue. A lot of cheap glue might do the trick. Let's twist and turn. And then put this in. And we have 2 collages and a little bit of diamond painting. That's what we have been doing today. We're going to go back to the diamond painting, just showing for those of you that wasn't here in the beginning. And then we need to figure out some Swedish words for this collage. And yes, we are going with Swedish words, which to some of my friends will be really strange. So what kind of things are we looking for? I'm actually going to look further into, these. Beach walk. Yeah, beach walk is nice. Could be a thing for this picture, of course. Let's look into the words down here. Nice food. Nice could be a word that we could use. Or maybe some from this one. know. I need to look up the proper translation for a thing here. It's a saying, and I don't even know if there is an English translation to that, to the translation. Oh yeah, I remember it now when seeing it. Good things comes to those who wait is the translation for the English one there. And that will definitely be a thing that we have to use. So it is this one at the top here. In this case, it's referring to him as a photographer in this article, and he apparently waits for hours and hours to, you know, for the photos and things. So actually just going to put that here, the one that waits. Yeah, that's yet again another thing to cover things up. We will put it there. Let's look into what an Etsy, do you you finally have an Etsy. Hello Lumi, welcome in. I was like, tell me more. Do we need to know, you know, the all of us here in the YouTube community? It's always nice to meet up with new people, so let's see. And I'm not going to now, but I'm going to cut that one, the border here, because it's because of the newspaper, it's kind of brittle there. Good things comes to the one that waits, or whatever that translation was, the carnival summer. This picture, I am going to leave it like this. The other one, that we created from a magazine, was this one. Release power, beautiful experiences, or in Swedish, vackra upplevelser. So this would be the first collage, this one would be the second one. I will definitely look into more words, but I'm not sure at the moment. So this might be a thing that we go to, you know, further down. Like, I would definitely say Wednesday next week. I usually, as you all know, stream 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. And I will this week, the upcoming week too. So we created those, and the biggest thing for me might have been the start of the stream with this. It's a diamond painting. These tend to take quite a long time to create. Small little pearls, or drills as they are. You know, you can imagine, and all of this needs to be filled. And sorry for the glare, but that's the thing with this plastic. We are definitely going to work more on this. We put the blues in here. So that's going to be fun to see when this is finished. We have before worked down here. Yet again, let's see. I'm just going like that. So all of that is filled with glittery drills. Oh, you do? I've done several. You know, I've done bigger too. it is kind of hard to be able to show them in a good way on stream, so that's why I tend to go a little bit smaller when doing them on stream. And of course doing sections. The sections are way easier with especially doing these big areas with the same colors. Like this down here took quite some time, even though I used one of those multi-drill pins. So this was it for today. Thank you so much for those of you who have been watching. As usual, I will be back next week. Hello, Paul. Thank you for stopping by. This, though, is the last couple of minutes. So, yeah, I will be back again on Tuesday together with my friend Becca over at Create with Becca's. We are starting our yearly project with colors this year. Colors as in, and we are definitely not looking into any sort of teaching that. It's just for fun. It's 2026 years of color, color palettes, color theory. It's going to be create with a specific color palette each week. So let's say, like we talked about last week, if we have the prompt C and the color palette is orange, one might think that it could be kind of strange. But that is how it is with the prompts and the choices of color palettes. It's going to be totally random, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be challenging. The color palette for last week was blue and the prompt was caged. So this is what I came up with. Why I chose to do a 3D version of it, I have no clue, but this was the first one. So only blue in the collage in this case, or in whatever we create. So next week there will be another color palette and there will be another prompt. So Tuesday, that is, it's 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I will put all the information on my channel too. Other than that, I'll see you around on Wednesday, 1:30 Eastern Standard. So bye everyone and have a wonderful weekend.